Welcome to episode number 28 of this Minnesota Twins MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise Series. And today, I'm obviously playing my Minnesota Twins MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise, obviously, because I just said that 15 seconds ago, and like I said 15 seconds ago, and like it says in the title, it's episode number 28, like I just said 20 seconds ago, or like it's episode number 28, like I said 20 seconds ago, and like it says in the title, as you can see on the screen, it's August 21st, 2021, in this game. We're about to play the Cleveland Indians. Yes, it's the Cleveland Indians because this is MLB The Show 20. Because you cannot port any franchises from MLB The Show 20, or you cannot port any franchises from MLB The Show 20 to any you cannot port any franchises from MLB The Show 20 to any later versions of the game. So I have to continue this series on MLB The Show 20. Like it says on the screen, it's August 21st, 2021. We're about to play the Indians. Yes, it's MLB The Show 20, so that's why they're still called the Indians. But obviously now, as of this season, 2022 season, it's not Cleveland Guardians, but because this is MLB The Show 20, it's still the Cleveland Indians. I mean, it was stupid they changed their name to Guardians. But either way, in this game, it's stupid they changed their name to the Guardians. Really, I mean, it's ridiculous on the Redskins changing their name to the football team, and then obviously now it's the Washington Commanders in the NFL. Also stupid that the Cleveland Indians changed it to Cleveland Guardians. I mean, like, it's stupid that, like I said, the Redskins changed it to the football team and the Commanders, and it's stupid that the Indians changed it to the Guardians. But whatever, it's still the Cleveland Indians in this game. So we're about to play the Cleveland Indians. Obviously, this is still on the show 20, like I said a few times already. So that's why it's still the Cleveland Indians, although in real life it is the Cleveland Guardians. But here's the standings. As you can see, we're only 5 games back of the Indians. They're 85 and 44. We're 80 and 49. 5 games behind Cleveland. We were like 12 or 13 games back, maybe even 14 or 15. We were definitely at least 12 games back. I think we were like 12 or 13 games back. But we started horrendous. We started really bad. Like the first 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even a month, was bad. And we weren't first in baseball, second in power, first in contact, first in speed, first in defense, fourth in pitching, and we're ranked, like I said, first in baseball, we're ranked first in baseball, which means we're ranked best in baseball. But we started really bad in the first 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even kind of a month. Or the first two or 3 weeks of the season, maybe even a month, we started really bad. And we were, I think, down like 12 or 13 games against the Indians. Now we're only back 5 games. And we'll be back 4 games if we win this game we're about to play in this episode. If we lose, obviously it will be 6 games back. But we were, like I said, 12 or 13 games back, and now we're only 5. And we'll be 4 games back after this game if we do win this upcoming game against the Indians. In Cleveland, it's the last game of, I believe, a 3 or 4 game series. So I'm not sure if I forgot if it's a 3-game series or a 4-game series. But either way, it's the last game of the series against the Indians in Cleveland. But let's start with the whole standings really quickly here. Red Sox lead the East, 7 games up on the Yankees. The Indians obviously lead the AL Central. Well, obviously, we're only 5 games back. The Twins are. The Athletics lead the West, up 12 games up on the Mariners and the Astros. But the Mariners have won 6 straight, and they're 9-1 in their last 10. And the Athletics have lost 3 straight, and they're 6-4 in the last 10. And then the Twins, obviously, this is still where 5 teams make the playoffs from each lead. It's still, obviously, now it's real life. It's 6 teams that make the playoffs from each lead. 3 division winners, 3 wildcard teams. Top 2 teams did a bye, and then the other 4 teams playing a best of 3 wildcard series. But in this game, there's still 5 teams that made the playoffs from each league. 10 total teams that made the playoffs. 5 from the AL, 5 from the NL. 3 division winners, 2 wildcard teams, and after the 2 wildcard teams playing a 1-game wildcard playoff. Right now, it'll be the Twins and Yankees. Mariners 2 games back, Astros 2 games back, and then the Royals are 3 games back. The Nationals lead the Nationals lead the NL East, 3.5 games up on the Mets, 3.5 games up on the Mets, 5 games up on the Braves. Cubs lead the NL Central, 5.5 games up on the Reds, 8 games up on the Cardinals, and then the Dodgers, per usual, lead the NL West, which they do obviously, like I said, only 4 games up on the Rockies, and then. And it's a drop-off after that, because then the Padres are 17.5 games back. And then the 2 wildcard teams right now are the Mets and Rockies, but the Braves are a game back, and the Reds are 4.5 games back. So, as it stands, and so this is a custom franchise, so it's all custom players. Luke, someone from my school, really my teacher's son, but someone from my school, who's in, he just finished his freshman year. I just finished my sophomore year, but he's my teacher's son. He's playing center base. Matthew, someone else in high school with me, he's a right fielder. Jack Thornton is one of my Road to the Show characters. He's playing shortstop. Star Forcer's another one of my Road to the Show characters. He's playing left field. Babe Ruth Jr. is a right fielder. He's another one of my Road to the Show characters, but he's the DH. Mr. Casey, my guitar teacher, is a catcher. Vinny J, one of my Road to the Show characters, which is me. I mean, Vinny J, I have a Vinny J channel, vlog channel. I just posted a vlog of me going fishing in Minnesota. Well, at least I'm filming this video, which is Friday, July 1st. I posted a video titled Fishing in Minnesota on Friday, July 1st. My channel, the last episode of the series, and my Vinny J channel, which is my vlog channel, will be on the sky in the top corner right up here. There should be a tab pops up at the beginning of the video. Andy Coleman is playing third base. He's one of my Road to the Show characters, and then Snake Biter is playing center field. He's also one of my other Road to the Show characters. Tony, someone from my in my high school class, because I do a private school, but he's one of my friends, and someone that's in my high school class. Dad is my dad, self-explanatory. Tony's a shortstop. My dad, which is named Dad, as you can see, he's a backup catcher. And then Dash C, another one of my Road to the Show characters, is a left fielder. And so we only have 3 bench players: Tony, Dad, and Dash C. All of them do play, not in righties versus DH, but if you do lefties versus DH, you can see Dash C, who can play third base. He plays third base. Jack Thornton, who can move from shortstop and center field, moves to center field, while Tony plays shortstop, and then Dad plays catcher against lefties. The pitcher for the Indians for this game, I believe, is Danny Salazar. He's a righty, so it'll probably be this lineup right here. It'll be Luke, Matthew, Jack Thornton, Star Forcer, Babe Ruth Jr., the DH, Mr. Casey, Vinny J, Andy Pullman, and Snake Biter. That'll probably be the lineup unless someone's like low on energy or something. And then the reason why I'm about to address this. The reason why, sorry about that, I just have the door open because it's really hot outside, so I don't want the door closed, and my mom's not sleeping, so if you hear a strenuous noise, sorry about that. The reason why, for the starting rotation and the bullpen, why there's like real players, like Jake Odorizzi, the real player, and it's supposed to be a custom franchise, there was an error, it said, when I was creating these characters. There was an error, and it said that I couldn't create any more custom players, so the only custom player in the bullpen, or excuse me, in the rotation, starting rotation, is Babe Ruth. And then the other 4 players are real players: Jake Odorizzi, Fernando Ramiro, Colt Stewart, and Jose Arena, who's the starting pitcher for this game we're about to play. And then in the bullpen, it's Cole Hamels, real player; Trevor Hildenberger, real player; Jace Fry, real player; Tyler Duffy, real player; Chad Jones, real player; Corey Knebel. That's a new addition. I traded for him between the last episode and this episode, which last episode was the All-Star game. I traded for him from the Brewers. I traded Mike Morin, and then I traded, I think it was Kyle Gibson, a starting pitcher who was in the minors, Martin Perez, a starting pitcher who was also in the minors, and then one of our relief pitchers, Mike Morin, who was in the majors. I traded all those 3 players for, I believe it was just Corey Knebel, a relief pitcher from the Brewers. I believe he's actually a closer. He is a closer, which he won't be our closer, but he had good stats, and he's an 85, and yeah, we still have him for this year, $2.5 million, and that's 3 years. 22, 23, and 24, all with $7 million each of those 3 years. And then Miss Medin, which was my 7th and 8th grade teacher. She's actually a closing pitcher, but I put her as one of our 2 setup men, with the other one being Corey Knebel, and then Mom, self-explanatory, my mom, is the closer, who in real life it says relief pitcher, but I put her as our closer. It's the 3rd year. The Twins have won the World Series. This is 2021. They won the World Series in 2019 and 2020, trying for a 3-peat, and Mom's just been outstanding. I mean, 48 saves in 2019, 41 saves in 2020, 38 saves so far here in 2021, and so she's in her career, she has 127 saves. It says it at the bottom right there. 127 saves. Only 13 blown saves. 127 saves and 13 blown saves in like just over 2.5 years. I mean, that's outstanding. To only blow 13 saves in 2.5 seasons and have 127 saves, pretty good. But now let's get into the game. Obviously, I know it's already 10 minutes in the video. Now let's get into the game. Starting pitching matchup. Sorry about that. Starting pitching matchup. I can't speak today. Starting pitching matchup for the last game of this 4-game series. We're up 2 games to 1. We won games 1 and 2. Indians won game 3. So if we win this game, we'll take 3 out of 4 against Cleveland. If the Indians win this game, we'll split 2-2. Yeah, last game of this 4-game series in Cleveland. It's a 1:05 p.m. start local time, which would be Eastern time in Cleveland. It's Jose Urena. The starting pitching matchup is Jose Urena for the Twins and Danny Salazar for the Indians. Let's get into the game right now. 1:05 Eastern. Let's get it. Play full game. Both controllers per usual. I know the road team is the Twins, but because this is the Twins custom franchise, the Twins will be the red controller and the Indians will be the blue controller. Let's get into it right now. Yeah, that's Jose Ramirez for the Indians, and I believe that's 15. I believe that's Audie Pullman. I believe. No, I believe that's Babe Ruth because the glove's in his right hand, and the reason Babe Ruth's not number 3 is because number 3 is retired for the Twins. So that's Jose Ramirez for the Indians, Babe Ruth for the Twins, alternate home uniforms for the Indians, road uniforms for the Twins. Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio, holds 35,051, opened in 1994. Presentation mode broadcast theme style, the show theme, quick countdown, cloud cover, clear skies. Let's get into it. I mean, Corey Kluber is ready, and he's 17-3. He's a 95 overall, but Danny Salazar is the top pitcher, and he's supposed to be pitching for this game. And Babe Ruth should be pitching too for us. It should be Kluber versus Ruth. I'm just gonna stick with the starting pitching matchup. Jose Urena, Danny Salazar. Let's get into it. Well, there's that lineups, but I don't change anything. They do have DJ LeMahieu. And by the way, and the reason why they have Tony, when I created these players, they go in the free agent pool, and other teams can pick up like a duplicate. We still have our Tony, but like when I created these players, obviously they go on the Twins, but also like Tony and all the other created players, they go in the free agent pool. So any other team can sign another Tony or another Dad or another Babe Ruth, etc. So their DH is actually Tony. But obviously our Tony's still on the team, doesn't matter. And yeah, that split will be start of the game. Yeah, see you on the other side. Like I said, we're on the end of the game. I'm the play-by-play announcer for this game, and Matt Vasturger has not turned down at all. Let's get into the game right now. Last game of this 4-game series. Twins lead the series 2-1. Twins at Indians in Cleveland. Half of those players in the Indians aren't even on the team. Like Lindor is gone. LeMahieu never was on the Indians. They still have Ramirez, but they don't have like Kiermaier. They never have Kiermaier. They don't have Luplow or none of those other players. We are live and on the air for another edition of baseball here in the show, as it's this 4th and final game of this weekend series between the Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Indians. A good matchup between a good AL Central matchup between the Twins and the Indians. Who will win it? As the Twins lead the series 2-1, will the Twins take 3 out of 4, or will the Indians split this 4-game series? First pitch next. Danny Salazar, 25 starts in 2021, 5-5 record, a 4.87 ERA, has pitched 136 2/3 innings, 137 hits, 1.37 WHIP, 50 walks, and 160 strikeouts. So he has 5 wins, 5 losses, and in 25 starts, that means he has 15 no decisions. But I mean, not bad. Kind of high ERA and high WHIP. 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a 2-seam fastball, and a slider. For Salazar, here's Lute to lead it off. He's been at 304. Wrong controller. Sorry about that. Here we go. Here's Lute. Quick count turn, like I said. 1-1 pitch to Lute as we're on your way here in Cleveland. That's a ground ball right by the camera. 1-2. Sorry about that. My dogs are fighting out there. Here we go. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! And Lute goes down. First strikeout of the game for Salazar in his first at-bat. In the first at-bat of the game, Salazar gets his first strikeout. As he faced his first batter he faced, it was Lute. And, well, he struck him out. First strikeout of the game for Salazar. And now it's Matthew, who's 314 average, 4th in the AL. Ground ball foul. 73 degrees clear, or 73 degrees clear skies, no wind this afternoon here in Cleveland. So I just said game time temperature, 73 degrees, clear skies here in Cleveland, and no wind. So obviously, as you can see, the American flag in right center field, or the flag in right center field, not moving. Line drive caught by Jake Bowers. 2 down. Here's the starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins. Luke, Matthew, Jack Thornton, Star Forcer, Babe Ruth Jr., the DH, Mr. Casey, Vinny J, Andy Pullman, and Snake Biter. It's a good team. Obviously, the Twins, if they can win this game, they'll be only 4 days back at Cleveland. And earlier in the season, they were down like 12 or 13 games. Now they're only down 5. Ground ball, routine for LeMahieu. So 1, 2, 3 in for Salazar and the Indians. He struck out 1, and then a line out, and then a ground out. 1, 2, 3 to the Twins. Indians coming to bat, no score here on the show. Jose Urena, 25 starts as well, along with Salazar here in 2021. 9-5 record for Urena. 4.41 ERA, 130 and 2/3 innings pitched, 150 hits, 1.53 WHIP, 50 walks and 91 strikeouts. So, both these pitchers have a over 4 ERA, and both of these pitchers have at least a 1.3 WHIP, I believe. Here's LeMay, who's batting 295 against Urena. Little tapper out, a foot in front of home plate, fielded by Mr. Casey. He's got to hurry, and he got him by a couple of steps, 1 down here in the first. And here's the starting lineup for the Cleveland Indians. DJ LeMahieu, Francisco Lindor, Tony, the Indians' Tony, is a DH for the Indians. Jose Ramirez, Tyler Naquin, Kevin Kiermaier, Jordan Luplow, Jake Bowers, and Kevin Puetti. I see this team did have like a 12 or 13 game lead in the AL Central. Now it's only on to 5. Here's a shortstop, who's a switch hitter, Lindor. That's a ground ball on the line, past Arnie Pullman. It's fielded by Star Forcer, so it's only a single for Lindor. But it's a single, 1-on-1 out now for Tony. Who, in August he has no home runs and 4 RBIs. In July he had 8 home runs, 21 RBIs, and batted .320. In August he batted .259, no home runs, 4 RBIs. 2-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, and a 4-seam fastball for Urena. 3-2 count, runner stays put. That's a swing and a miss on a slider that hung right over the plate. First strikeout for Urena. 1 down for Ramirez. 385 on base percentage, 3rd in the AL in that category. Here we go. Here's the all-star third baseman Ramirez. He's been in 296. Ground ball. This should be, actually, there's 2 outs rather. Ground ball. Jack Thornton throws the loop for the force in and over. 1 hit and 1 left for Cleveland. We head to the second. No score here on the show. Here we go. Top 2. Here's the DH, or excuse me, the left fielder, Star Forcer. Then it's the DH, Babe Ruth Jr. Here we go. 3-2 pitch. That's a line drive on the line, but that will be foul. And now in real life there's netting down the lines, but in this game, which obviously is only the show 20, there's no netting yet. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball right at Ramirez, who was in because Star Forcer's fast. He was in because they were for a possible bunt. It was a line drive hit hard. 1 down. Here's the Indian defense. Kevin Kiermaier, who won a Gold Glove last year, Tyler Naquin and Jordan Luplow in the outfield, Jake Bowers, DJ LeMahieu, Francisco Lindor, who won a Gold Glove last year, and Jose Ramirez in the infield, and Kevin Puetti behind the plate. .991 fielding percentage for the Indians at 2nd in the AL. And obviously, Danny Salazar is on the mound. Here's Babe Ruth Jr. Line drive, and that's over. The shortstop Lindor, 1 out single for the DH Babe Ruth Jr. 1-on-1 out now for our hits leaders, but he's among the lead leaders in that department. Here's Mr. Casey, the catcher, 9-game hitting streak. 1-on-1 out. Line drive, that's a base hit into the left center field gap. And something at center is Babe Ruth Jr. because he only has 79 speed. 2-on-1 out now for the Twins. And it's a 10-game hitting streak now for Mr. Casey. Here's Vinny J, who was the 2020 World Series MVP. 1-2 pitch. The snap is bad. Is it fair? No. And it's not caught. As he has to do a new piece of lumber. 1-2. 2-on-1 out for Vinny J. Ground ball should be 2. It's hard to turn him though. LeMahieu 2nd 1. First. Vinny J beat it out. Runners at the corners, 2 outs now for Minnesota. For Andy Pullman, who has 10 home runs versus righties, only 1 against lefties. He's much better against righties. And this is a righty right here. Runners at the corners, 2 outs, top 2. 1 on pitch to Pullman. Ground ball, foul, 1 and 2. Now we have 1 and 2 now to Andy Pullman. Runners at the corners. That's the ground ball. Jimenez will dive, and it's past him. Base hit. Twins take the lead. Andy Pullman comes through with a 2-out, 2-strike RBI single, and the Twins strike first here in this 4th and final game of this weekend series. Trying to win the series 3-1. Here's Snake Biter with the top of the order to follow. Line drive! Bowers is there and then over. But the Twins do get a run on an RBI single by Andy Pullman. Middle of 2, the score is now the Twins 1 and the Indians 0 here in the show. Here we go, bottom 2. Here's Naquin. Batting 275 here on the year. Fly ball left field down the line, playable. Star Forcer's there. 1 down. And here's the Twins defense. Star Forcer, Snake Biter, and Matthew in the outfield. Vinny J, Lute, Jack Thornton, and Andy Pullman in the infield, and Mr. Casey behind the plate. 989 field percentage for the Twins. That's 5th in the AL. So the Indians are 2nd in fielding percentage in the AL. Twins are 5th. Here's Kiermaier, who won a gold glove last year. Ground ball right to Lute. Routine. Throws it to Vinny J. 2 down. 2 down now. No runners on. 2 outs, no runners on. Bottom 2 for Jordan Luplow against Jose Arena. Ground ball at the middle. Lute will dive, but it's past him. 2 outs single for Luplow, and that's going to bring up, I believe, Bowers. I believe it's Jake Bowers up next. So it's same entry for Luplow, and now it's Bowers, who's been 291 on the year. Full count. That's a foul ball. That would have been ball 4, but he's swung and fouled the bat out. Runner will be, at first will be in motion. Puecki, the catcher, on deck. Fly ball left field with the runner in motion moves to the full count and 2 outs. Star Forcer is there and then over. 1 hit and 1 left for Cleveland. We headed the 3rd here in Cleveland. 1-0 Twins. Top of the order due up for the Twins. Here in the top of the 3rd. Lute, Matthew, and Jack Thornton. Lute struck out Swinton to lead off the ball game. Foul ball. That was a 35th pitch from Salazar through just over 2 innings of work. 2+ innings of work. 1-2 pitch out of Lute. Ground ball right to the first baseman Bowers. 3 unassisted ground ball. 1 down now for Matthew. Lined out in the 1st, and it's Jack Thornton. Really down. 1-1 count. Ground ball as he punched at it a little late. It was an emergency hat. Foul ball. 1-2 to Matthew. The right fielder with the number 3 batter. And the shortstop, Jack Thornton, on deck. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball. Hit pretty hard, but ground ball. LeMahieu, 2 down now for Jack Thornton. Grounded out in the 1st. Peterson did on. Star Forcer will be on deck. 41st pitch down from Salazar. Fly ball on the line, but it will tail foul. I don't think that was on a home run if it was fair, but might have been extra bases. Popped up behind the first base, inbound ground by the sidewall, and it's not caught. It's misplayed by Bowers as he was too far back, and that was on the warning track by the sidewall. He dropped it, no error, but that's still alive. Ground ball. First base, Bowers will make the play on this one, and that misplay does not come back to haunt the Indians. It wasn't an error, but he should have caught it. But that misplay does not come back to haunt the Indians. Middle of 3, 1-0 Minnesota.
We're back now as the Indians get ready to bat in the 3rd, and as they do, it's worth mentioning that their lineup has been one of the best in baseball this year. They come into this game.
Runs per game, 5th in the AL and the MLB. Average and on-base percentage, 3rd in the AL, 3rd in the MLB. Home runs, I mean, that's kind of down, but stolen bases 3rd in the AL, 3rd in the MLB. Slot-ins 6th in the AL, 9th in the MLB. Home runs 10th in the AL, 21st in the MLB. Thank you, Andy, for that report. Here's Kevin Puecki, the number 9 batter and the Indians catcher. Top of the order to follow. Snapped his bat. Charging is Vinny J. Field it and Dick Puerti by 30 feet because he only has 28 speed. One down. Here's the AL Central standings, or here's the AL Central standings here in 2021. As you can see, these Twins who are playing the Indians. The Indians lead the Twins by 5 games, but if the Twins win, they'll only be 4 games back. And if the Indians win, the Twins will be 6 games back. 2-2 pitch on LeMahieu. Lindor on deck. Ground ball, Vinny J again. This one will flip to Reno, beat LeMahieu to the bad. 3-1 ground out, 2 down now for Lindor. It was Stindl in the first. If he gets on, the DH Tony would be on deck, or would come up next. So Lindor, the last flip ended like right when the pitch was being thrown. It's a line out to Star Forcer. Lindor lined it out to Star Forcer. 1-2-3 to the Tribe. End of 3, 2-1, or end of 3. The score is 1-0 in Minnesota. Here we go. Twins got their 1 run in the 2nd inning. Here's Star Forcer, then it's Babe Ruth Jr. Then it's Audie Pullman. Foul ball. Star Forcer is a switch hitter. Obviously, it's a right-handed pitcher, so he'll be taking his cuts, Matt Vesturgeon said, from the left side. Here we go. Foul ball again as he whacked that fastball foul, but if you keep throwing it there, he's going to do some damage with it. Here with a 47th pitch, 1-2 pitch. Popped up. And Ramirez goes the wrong way. And he dips back to where the ball was coming down, recovers, 1 down. Now, I did not mean to go the wrong way on that. Here we go, but he does recover. It's a pop out to Ramirez. Here's Babe Ruth Jr. to DH. Ground ball just foul on the line. I believe he had a Stindl and stored, I believe. A Stindl in the 2nd and stored on Audie Pullman's 2 out, 2 strike. RBI Stindl in the 2nd. Ground ball foul. That was a 50th pitch from Salazar. There were 3 and a 3rd, which I mean it's not that bad. Here we go. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball Ramirez. He botches it! He's got to hurry! And he got him. As Babe Ruth Jr. only has 79 speed. If that was like Star Forcer, he would have been safe because Star Forcer is like 99 speed. 2 down for Mr. Casey, and then it's Audie Pullman. Mr. Casey Stindl, and then Pullman came up and hit that RBI Stindl in the 2nd. Ground ball foul. It goes by the tar, hits the side of it. 1-2 now. If he gets on Mr. Casey, or if Mr. Casey gets on, Audie Pullman will be on deck. Popped up. Shallow left field on the outfield grass. Lindor is there. 1-2-3 to the Twins. Middle of 4. The score is still the Twins 1 and the Indians 0 here on the show. 3, 4, 5 do it for the Indians. In the bottom of the 4th, it's Tony, and it's Ramirez, and then it's Nathan. There's the DH. That's the Indians. Tony is the DH. Ground ball to Luke. 1 down. As obviously the Indians Tony is the DH, and the Twins Tony is not playing today. 1 down in the 4th. Here's Ramirez, the All-Star All-Star 3rd baseman. Shift is on. Ground ball. Only down left side in the field is Audie Pullman, who has the RBI Stindl, which is the difference in the game. Throw to first is in time. 2 down. And now it's Nathan who flew out in the 2nd. Indians have 2 hits. Twins have 3, but the Indians have 2 hits. Twins have 3 hits, but the Twins have a run. Line drive. That will fall in front of Star Forcer. Base hit. And he's 1 for 2 in the game. 3rd hit for Cleveland. Runner at first 2 outs now. That's a tying run. Tying run in this ball game. Here's Kiermaier. The ground out in the 2nd. Full count. And that is in there for a called strike 3 on the changeup. As he gets Kiermaier looking. 1 hit, 1 left for Cleveland. We head to the 4th here in Cleveland. 1-0 Twins. Here we go. Top 5 here in Cleveland. Twins lead the Indians 1-0. 59 pitch from Salazar. Here's Vinny J. Ground ball. 1 down. And correction, Audie Pullman bats 8th. I don't know why Vinny J. bats 7th. Now it's Audie Pullman had that RBI Stindl with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the top of the 2nd and scored Babe Ruth Jr. Vinny J. his last at bat at fielder's choice. Now a ground out. Here we go. Ground ball. Diamond is Bowers. He knocks it down. Throw to the pitcher in time. 2 down. What a play as Bowers dove, knocked it down, flipped to the Salazar. 2 down now for Snake Biter. If he gets on, Luke will come up. Line drive. Bowers is there. Another one of those. 1-2-3 to the Twins. Halfway home here in Cleveland. The Twins 1 and the Indians 0 here in the show. We're back here in Cleveland. Let's go on the field. Let's check in with Tanya Watney. I believe it's Terry Frantona.
Pretty unhappy with their discipline at the plate in this one. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being
Actually, it might not be Terry Frantona. It doesn't look like him. The guy behind that tall dude. Kind of looks like the used to be the Orioles manager that was a. It looks like the former Orioles manager that was the Orioles manager like back when the Orioles had almost made it to the World Series like 8 years ago. 3-1 hitters counted on Luplow. Bottom 3-2 up for Cleveland. And that is low. Ball 4 hit the zone, but not called a strike by the home plate umpire. Now it's Bowers. Here we go. 3-2 pitch now to Bowers. Line drive, left center. Really straight away left, rather. Starforcer's there. 1 down now for Puetti. So F7, 1 down. Here's the top pitch speed comparison. 96 miles per hour for Arena and Salazar. They both hit, like I said, 96 miles per hour. 1 on, 1 out now for Puetti. Runner's going. At the hit and run. Vinny J will not get there. And going to third is the runner at first. Throw to third is not in time. And Puetti down back to first base as he went about a third of the way down the line. Throw at the first by Audi Pumas, not in time. Runners in the corners, 1 out for the All-Star center baseman, DJ LeMahieu, 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. Here we go. Still in for a double play. Arena is time around 90 feet away. Ground ball should be 2. They're coming home with it. And the runner is out by 20 feet. Vinny J with a smart play to 3-2 fielder's choice. 2 on, 2 out now for Lindor, who's an all-star shortstop. 1 for 2 with a single, but the runner was coming home, and he was out by maybe like 10, 15 feet, not 20 feet. But either way, he was out. 2 on, 2 out now for Lindor. Line drive, foul off the tarp, 1 and 2. Here we go, 1-2 pitch. At the ground ball, and on to second, in and over, and the Indians straight up pair of runners. They also had a runner thrown out the plate, and the 5. It's still 1-0 Minnesota here on the show. Top sets here in Cleveland, 1-0 Minnesota. The Twins lead the series 2-1, leading the take the series 3 out of 4, while the Indians are leading the split. Here's Lute, ground ball, diving is LeMahieu to not get there. And Lute with 90 speed is safe, as trying to do for the 9-3 is Luplow not in time. 1 on, nobody out for Matthew. Line out and a ground out. Lute has a lot of speed. There he goes! Hit and run where no one was! And it's all the way to right center. Lute might score on that. He's going to score easily. Stopping at second is Matthew with an RBI double. And the Twins double their lead. 30th double of the year. It's an RBI double. As he punched it to where no one was because it was a hit and run. And Lute scores easily with his 90 speed. Here's Jack Thornton 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. 2-0 Twins. Foul ball 1 and 2 with a runner at center, nobody out. Twins up 2-0. And they're starting to warm up. Tyler Olson and the Indian bullpen, Notchin and Twins bullpen. Here we go, 1-2 pitch. Line drive, right field. It's caught by Luplow. Going to third is Matthew. He'll get there easily. Runner at third, 1 out now for Starforcer. 0 for 2 the pop out and a ground out. Infield's bad for now. But they're going to come in now. It's only the 6th inning. They're down 2-0. Infield in. 1-1 count. Starforcer runner at third, 1 out. Infield in. Ground ball. Runner will stay put. Ramirez will throw to first. 2 down. As Diamondback to third is Matthew. Runner at third, 2 outs now for Babe Ruth Jr. Sindelin scored in this game. I think he said it was like 5 for 15 with 2 home runs in the series. Runner at third, 2 outs, 1 pitch. Ground ball. Chargers. Ramirez this time took play. From the first is in time. Got him by a step to save a run. But it's not Babe Ruth Jr. It was actually Jack Thornton, or excuse me, it was actually Matthew, not Babe Ruth Jr. who had a RBI double. Middle assist to score is 2-0 Minnesota. So it was actually Matthew who had the RBI double, not Babe Ruth Jr. Here's Tony, the DH for the Indians. Bottom 6, 2-0 Minnesota. Line drive off the glove of Vinny. Back to Lute. That was the weirdest, 3-4-1 put out, or 3-4-1 ground out. But it hit the glove of Vinny and went over to Lute, and he throws it to Arena covering. So it's a 3-4-1 Ground out. Energy of Arena is in the yellow. They're selling warm up. Tyler Duffy in the Twins bullpen and right center field. One pitcher Ramirez. Then it's Nathan. Ground ball, Jack Thornton from the outfield ground, got Ramirez. Shift was on, he made the play from shallow right center field, 2 down. 3-2 pitch down to Nathan. Energy of Arenas in the yellow, this should be his last batter. 83rd pitch, full count. Ground ball, Andy Pullman throws it quickly to Vinny J in and over. 1-2-3 to the Tribe. Way to the 7th, 2-0 Minnesota here in Cleveland. Here we go, top 7, Twins lead at 2-0. Here comes Olsen. There's a lefty that faced the lefty because Mr. Casey throws right-handed, but he bats left-handed. So lefty that faced the lefty. Here's Mr. Casey, 1 for 2. Fly ball left field. Under is Kiermaier. Mr. Casey is retired on the F7, 1 down. And now Vinny J 0 for 2 in the game. 2 for 14 in the series, it said. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to the other first baseman. We'll flip it to the pitcher, Olsen, 2 down. Quickly for Andy Pullman, who had the RBI single back in the 2nd, and then obviously Matthew had the RBI double in the 6th. Keep it on, Snake Biters on deck. Ground ball just foul, just right at first, 2 down. Or excuse me, still 1-2, or now it's 1-2, I believe. Here we go. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, fielded by Bowers. Well, throw it! Spin around, throw it to Olsen in and over. 1-2-3 to the Twins. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. 2-0 Minnesota. Here we go. And Arena will give the ball to Tyler Duffy. Right now, Arena's in line for the win. Salazar's in line for the loss. A knuckle curve, a 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, and change it for Duffy. Here's Kiermaier. Ground ball. Jack Thornton's got to hurry, botches it, and Kiermaier is safe. And that might be an error or a base hit. No, same base hit. Runner first, nobody out now for Luplo. Then it's Bowers. And they're selling warm up. Corey Tenable and Miss Medin in the Twins bullpen. They're 2 setup men. Which, Miss Medin is a woman in real life, but in the game you can't make a woman player. So, both setup men for the Twins, Miss Medin and Corey Tenable, are warming up in the Minnesota bullpen. Here we go. 1-2 pitch to Luplo. Luplo will fly one to the deepest part of the park. Bad. That ball is off the top of the wall. And it's and now going to third is Kiermaier. He'll get there. And the Indians have a time run at center field, nobody out. That wasn't the deepest part of the park. 28th double for Luplo. Wasn't the deepest part of the park. Because that's usually center field, which it is here in Cleveland. But he hit it the right center. Probably was a foot away from tying the game. Now Bowers, infield bat, runners to second and third, nobody out. 3-1 hitters count to Bowers. And that is in there 3-2 with Puetti. Here we go, full count to Bowers. Puetti on deck. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball, runner will score. No, down to first, Andy Pullman will get the out. Runner at third will score. It's a 2-1 game. So it's an RBI ground for Jake Bowers. Runner at third will score. Runner at center will stay put. Runner at center 1 out for Puetti. Top the order follow. Full count to Puetti. Line drive base hit. This to tie the game, and it will. It goes all the way to the wall. And going to center is Puetti. And he's in there with an RBI double, and the Indians have tied the game. It's 21st double of the year. It's an RBI double. Now it's LeMahieu, and the Twins 2-0 has evaporated. And here comes Corey Tenable. Miss Minute still warming up. Here's Tenable, who got Beatrice from Milwaukee a few weeks ago. Runner center 1 out now for LeMahieu. Lindor on deck. Swing and a miss. He blew it right by him. And he's already got 2 to get 3 and take the lead. Ground ball. Vinny's there. Throws it to the pitcher. Runner will get over to third. 2 down now with a runner at third for Lindor. He's Sindel in the first. He's 1 for 3 with Sindel in the first. 3-1 hitters count. And they're actually just going to walk him as that's our manager. I think that's a fake manager. We'll just give Lindor first baseman an intentional walk. Now Tony's 0 for 3. Energy of Tenable's already in the yellow. Because I think his energy was only like 3/4 full. Full count now to Tony. Ground ball. Lute will throw out Tony, and the inning's over, but the Indians tie the game on an RBI ground out by Bowers, and then an RBI double by Puetti. We headed the 8th, 2-2 here in Cleveland. So it was an RBI. We're back here in Cleveland. Let's go on the field in the chat note on Uwatni.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Twins to discuss his thoughts on Minnesota's lineup so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said he's been really happy with how many balls they've hit hard and on a line. Looking at the numbers, they've had 7 total line drives. And even though some of those have resulted in outs, he says it's that kind of consistent contact that leads to W's in standings.
Thank you, Ryder, for that report. 9-1-2 due up for the Twins in the top of the 8th. Still in the game is Tyler Olson. Spiders 0 for 2. Ground ball right to Bowers on a short hop. 1 down now for the top of the order. Here is a starting comparison as both pitchers just went 6 innings, or they did go 6 innings. Obviously, Arena didn't have any runs. Salazar did have both 2 runs. 1 walk for Arena, 2 strikeouts for Arena, while Salazar had no walks, 1 strikeout. Both pitchers, regardless of who wins the game, will get to know the decision. Since it's tied in. Here we go. Full count to Lute. Ground ball to the other second baseman, LeMahieu. 2 down quickly for the Twins here in the 8th. Now it's Matthew at an RBI double in his last at bat. Can he do something here? He has 3 doubles and an RBI in the series. Austin Stant has an RBI double. Ground ball, LeMahieu again. 1-2-3 to the Twins. Middle of 8. Still the Twins 2 and the Indians 2. Here we go. Knebel. You might see Miss Menon now coming in because Knebel's energy is in the yellow, and here comes Miss Menon. Here we go. No action in either bullpen. They're starting up Chad Jones now in the Twin bullpen, and they're starting up Adam Simber in the Indian bullpen. So they're warming up a righty in both bullpens. Here's Miss Menon. 1-on pitcher Ramirez. Foul ball. 1-2. A four-seam fastball, a palm ball, a fork ball, and a slurve from Miss Menon here. Here we go, 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball, and it's fouled back by Ramirez. I just said four-seam fastball, a palm ball, a fork ball, and a slurve for Miss Menon. Here we go, 1-2 pitch. Now it's a slurve. It's a fork ball at 83. 1-2. 1-2 pitch again to Ramirez, 0 for 3. Another foul ball on the palm ball at 82. Good battle between Miss Menon and Jose Ramirez. 1-2 pitch. Another foul ball, and that's a fastball that almost hits the third base coach. He just doesn't stop it, or at least he didn't hit. Here we go, another 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, the only time left side of the infield, that's Andy Pullman. Throw to Vinny J, 1 down. Ramirez now 0 for 4, and now it's Naquin. Stindl in the 4th. We're in the bottom of the 8th, 2-2 game. We're in this pivotal game between 2 American League rivals, with obviously just over a month to go in the season. 1-2 pitch to Naquin. A little pop-up, a little fly ball down the line. Starbush was there on the track, up against the foul line, 2 down. Now for, I'm not sure who's up. Now it's Pierre Stindl and Stored in his last at-bat. I believe he's Stored on the RBI ground out by Bowers. Ground ball foul into the camera well. Still 1-2 here. Here we go. Line drive, and that will fall in front of Star Forcer. 2 out Stindl, and now here comes, not sure who's up now. I believe it's Luplo who had that RBI double and Stored in his last at bat. 1-on pitch now. It's 2 for 2 in the game. Ground ball, just foul. If it was fair, Vinny Jozon did it, unless it went under his glove. Here we go. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, hit hard, base hit. Go for the 9-3 is Matthew, not in time. 2-on, 2 out now for Bowers, who had an RBI ground out in his last at bat in the last inning. Perfect. He's 0 for 3 in the game, obviously with an RBI ground out. Here comes Chad Jones. Runners on base are responsible for Miss Menon. Here we go. 1-on pitch now to Bowers. Line drive foul, 1-2. That was a Haynes pitch. Another 5 pitches for Jones. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the inning's over. And he swung through the sinker We head to the ninth here in Cleveland. We head to the ninth here in Cleveland. It's a 2-2 game. Here we go, top of the order. Still out there is Olsen. He's pitched, what now, 2 innings. Ground ball, routine. LeMahieu botches it! And throw to first. Got him by half a step. And he avoids an error and avoids putting the dough-header on base. Now it's Star Forcer 0 for 3. The DH Babe Ruth Jr. on deck. Little fly ball, right center, Luplo. Quickly 2 down. Here's Babe Ruth Jr. singled and scored in this game. 1-on pitch. Popped up! By the foul line, Ramirez is there, and the Indians have a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. Tied at 2. 2-2 after 8.5. Here we go. Indians can win the game with 1 run, and obviously if they did that 1 run, or at least 1 run, they win. If they did no runs, we go to extras. And our starting lineup, Cole Hamels, the Twins' long relief pitcher, who's a lefty in the Twins' bullpen. Jones got a bit out the end of the 8th. Here's Puerty, top of the order to follow. Ground ball, Luke, routine. 1 down here in the 9th. Now it's LeMahieu 0 for 4 in the game with a ground out. 1-2 pitch. A little tapper, Vinny J. And LeMahieu is now 0 for 5. 3 unassisted ground ball. 2 down for Lindor as the Twins are out away from sending this game into extra innings. He singled way back in the first, Lindor did. Obviously not intentionally walked in his last at-bat. Ground ball, Artie Pullman. Throw to Vinny J. And we head to extra innings here on Sunday afternoon. As it's a 4th and final game of this 4-game weekend series here on Sunday afternoon. It's 2-2 as we head to the 10th inning. Here we go. It's Mr. Casey, Vinny J. and Artie Pullman due up in the top of the 10th for Minnesota. 6-7-8 due up for Minnesota here in the top of the 10th. 2-2 game. In this game, by the way, it's MLB Show 20. I know in 2020 that's the first year that they had the extra inning rule. But it's down in March of 2020, and they made that extra inning rule. Obviously, there was a shortened season in 2020, and they made that rule in what? June of 2020, or the season started in July, so I just made the rule in July of 2020. So there's no extra inning rule. The extra inning rule is not even, you can't even turn it on or off here. You can in MLB Show 21 and MLB Show 22, but in MLB Show 20, it's not even a thing, turn it on or off. So no extra inning rule. Top 10, Twins 2, Indians 2. I have to watch my dogs now, and I have to charge this camera because this camera's about to die, but I'll charge it while I'm watching my dogs. So that's perfect. So yeah, I'll see you in this clip, which should be extra innings. Top 10, Twins 2, Indians 2. See you then. Yeah, just see you in extra innings. Like I said, top 10, Twins 2, Indians 2. See ya in that clip, which will be extra innings. See you then. I'm back. You didn't miss anything, like I said in the last clip, before the last clip ended, or before I ended the last clip. It's the Twins 2, the Indians 2 here in Cleveland. Top 10. Yeah. So yeah, Mr. Casey's up. Then it's Vinny J. Then Artie Pullman. So what? 6, 7, 8 do up for the Twins in the top of the 10th. Like I said, Mr. Casey, Vinny J. and Artie Pullman. Top 10. 2-2 game. Will the Twins take 3 out of 4, or will the Twins win the series 3 games to 1, or will the Indians split this 4-game series 2 games, will the Twins take the series 3 games to 1, or will the Indians split this 4-game series 2-2? We'll find out. So let's get it. Coming into the game for Cole Hamels, the long relief pitcher for the Twins. The lefty is ready and waiting in the Twins bullpen, and then Aaron Simber's ready and waiting. A righty, he's going to come into the game now, as he's the first pitcher of extra innings. Olsen did go 3 innings though. Top 10, Submariner is Simber. Here's Mr. Casey. Ground ball, Lindor, routine. Mr. Casey has 72 speed. A lob throw, and it's offline. And that's the E sits on Lindor, as he did way too long, and his throw across the diamond was like a rainbow, and it pulled the first baseman Bowers off first base. And now Vinny J's up, going around at first base with 1 away, or nobody out. Runners going. Ground ball, and he tagged it. No, it got by LeMahieu. Going the third, and now throwing the first was, my goodness, that was a weird sequence. That got through LeMahieu, and then went into center field, and the center fielder who is Naquin threw to first, and when he threw to first, that allowed Vinny J did the second, and Mr. J did over a third, and now there's runners at second and third with nobody out. Top 10. And they're gonna walk. They're gonna walk Andy Pullman. Bases now are loaded. If his first base is open, so I'll set up to force any base. 0 for 3 is Snakebiter. Bases are loaded, nobody out. Infield's in. Force any bases in order. No chance in the bullpen. Ground ball off the diamond first base, and no chance at home. To race the first safe. Everybody's safe. RBI infield single for Snakebiter. And the Twins take the lead in the 10th. And the bases are still loaded for Loot. Infield still in. Infield not in. Never mind. I don't know why. It's a third base coverage right. I'm not sure why the infield's not in. But now they're in. Infield in. Infield in. Outfield shallow. Bases loaded, nobody out. 3-2 Twins are starting to warm up. Sonny Gray in the Indians bullpen. Here we go. Base loaded, nobody out. 1-2 pitch, salute. Ground ball should be 2, or at least not at 1 at the plate. Got him at the plate. Throw it to first safe. So that's the fourth down at the plate. It's a 3-2 fielder's choice. And runners, base loaded, 1 out now. 1-1 pitch to Matthew. Double plays in order, but also obviously the force at any base is still in order. And the infield's now halfway in. So it was in, now it's halfway in. Double plays in order, and the force at any base is in order as well. Hold on. And Cole Hammonds is still ready and winning, but also the Twins' long relief pitcher is Cole Hammonds, the lefty, is ready and waiting in the Twins' bullpen, but they're also starting to warm up. The Twins are their closer, Mom. Who has 38 saves on the year and only, 3 blown saves. 1 pitch, 1 out, top 10, base loaded for Matthew. Twins already up 1, ground ball, just foul. 1-2 now. And for a double play, or at least out at home. Line drive, will it get down? And no, it won't. Runners tag in. Thrown to the plate. It's going to be cut off. And then thrown to third by Bowers. Everybody's safe. The sack fly and an RBI for Matthew. With a runner at third at scoring. The runner at second gets over to third. Now it's Jack Thornton, 3-1 hitters count. Runners in the corners, 2 outs. Runners in the corners, 2 outs, top 10. Twins lead by 2 and a 3-1 hitters count for Jack Thornton. Ground ball, Bowers will feel it. Flips to the pitcher, it's a foot race. Simbrel beat Jack Thornton to the bat. It's the Twins trying to pair runners, but they did 2 runs. It was on an RBI single by, I forgot how they exactly scored. But either way, the Twins did 2 in the top of the 10th, and they lead 2. And they're 3 outs away from winning the game. Middle of 10, 4-2 Minnesota. Here we go. Indians need 2 runs to tie, 3 to win. Here in the bottom of the 10th, they're down 4-2 in the bottom of the 10th. Here's Tony. Then it's Ramirez, then Naquin. 3-4-5 due up for the Indians in the bottom of the 10th. And here comes the Twins closer, Mom, trying to hit her, 39 save of the year, 38 saves, and 41 save opportunities, 1-2 record, 41 appearances, a 2.52 ERA, has pitched, just under 50 innings, 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a curveball, a knuckleball, and a 2-seam fastball. So 5 pitches for Mom, and for 39 save of the year is Tony, the Indians Tony, the DH 0 for 4. Trying to get on base there, ground ball, just foul, just right at first. 1-2 now to the Indians Tony, who's the Indians DH. Mullen for a 39 save, Indians leading at least tie here in the 10th. That's a ground ball, it's a Hayden changeup, but right to Luke. Throw it to Vinny J, it's a 4-3 ground out, 1 away now for Ramirez. Then it's Naquin. 0 for 4 in the game as well. And so obviously there was a throw, the top of the 10th started on a throwing error by Lindor. Then it was a single by Vinny J with Mr. Tasty doing over the third and Vinny J advancing the second. Then Snakebiter had the RBI single. It was off of Bauer, the first baseman, was an RBI infield single. Then obviously then there was a 3-2 fielder's choice, a sac fly, and then a ground out. And then obviously start the bottom of the 10th, there was a ground out. So it was an RBI infield single for Snakebiter, and then a sac fly and an RBI for Matthew. Here we go, Ramirez 0 for 4, trying to get on. Because if you can get on, the time will come to the plate. Fly ball, center field, pretty deep, but it's side of the wall on the track as it will stay in the yard. And it'll be an L8 or an F8, but either way it's 2 down. But either way there's 2 down, and the Indians are down to final out this afternoon. Here's Nathan 1 for 4 in the game. As if you can on the time run coming to the plate, 2 outs, last chance for Cleveland. Ground ball should do it. Artie Pullman throwing to first. It's in time, and the Twins win it in extra innings, 4-2 and 10. Heck of a game, and the Twins beat the Indians here in Cleveland 4-2 in 10 innings, as they did have a 2-0 lead and then blew the 2-0 lead by giving up 2 runs in the 7th, but then the Twins did 2 runs in the 10th. It was an RBI infield single for Snake Biter, and then a sac fly and an RBI for Matthew. And that's how the Twins scored their 3rd and 4th run, and then after that was 4-2, and that made it 4-2 Twins. And then Mom comes in, pitches a 1-2-3 inning, and the Twins win it 4-2 in 10 innings here in Cleveland. As the Twins win the game 4-2 in 10 innings, and they win the series 3-1. As Jones gets the win, he's now 4-1. Simber gets the loss, he's now 0-6, and Mom gets the save, her 39th save of the year. She's more than likely gonna get at least 40. She's only 1 save away from 40, and they're still just over a month to go in the season. She might hit 50, but she's at least gonna hit 40, possibly 45. I'm thinking she's gonna be, I would say, somewhere between 45 and 50 saves on the year. She's gonna finish with, because she's at 39 now, and they're still, like I said, it's August 21st, so they're just over a month to go. There's just over a month to go here this season. As Jones pitched an inning and a third, inning and a third, no hits, 1 strikeout, no earned runs, no walks. Simber, 1 innings pitched, 2 hits, no strikeouts, 2 earned runs, and 1 walk, which was intentional to load the bases. And then Mom gets a save, 1 innings pitched, no hits, no strikeouts, no earned runs, no walks. As Mom sent the Indians down 1-2-3 in the 10th, as Chad Jones gets the win, he's now at 4-1 the season. Adam Simber gets the loss, he's now 0-6 on the season. And then Mom gets the save, her 39th save of the season. With, like I say, my prediction is I'll finish with between 45 and 50 saves. Because, I mean, I think she's under 40. She's only 1 away from that. 45, she's only 6 away from that. She's 11 away from 50, but I think she's going to finish with somewhere between 45 saves and I think she's going to finish somewhere between 45 saves and 50 saves. But either way, Matthew had an RBI double and a sac fly, so we went 1 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. Audie Pullman went 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Babe Ruth Jr. went 1 for 4 with 1 single, or 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. Snake Biter went 1 for 4 with obviously RBI infield single in the 10th to give the Twins the lead, and obviously that made it 3-2, and then that sac fly and an RBI for Matthew that made it 4-2, and then like I said, Mom sent the Indians down 1-2-3 in the 10th. As the Twins scored 1 run in the 2nd and 1 run in the 6th, and then the Indians scored both of their runs in the 7th. And then obviously the Twins scored, and then obviously the Twins scored 2 runs in the top of the 10th to win the game 4-2. 4 runs and 7 hits, no errors for the Twins. 2 runs and 9 hits, 1 error, which is by Lindor for the Indians. And that 1 error for the Indians was, like I said, by Lindor, was a throw-in error to start the top of the 10th. Mr. Christie down on via the error, as you can see, if you don't replay val, 10th inning. Twins. There was a throw-in error by Lindor, then a single for Vinny J. Not him to second, Vinny J to second, and Mr. Casey over to third. And I believe then what? It doesn't say this, but then what? Audie Pullman was intentionally walked, so the base loaded, nobody out. Snake Biter had an RBI infield single, and they gave the Twins a 3-2 lead. Then Luke reached on a fielder's choice. They got the out at home, so there was runners they were still bases loaded with 1 out. Then Matthew had a sac fly. Then there was runners in the corners, 2 outs, and then Jack Thornton grounded out to first base. But that's how they scored the 2 runs. It was an RBI infield single for Snake Biter, and then a sac fly and an RBI for Matthew. I'll start on that throw-in error by Lindor, and I believe that Simber, both the runs were actually not earned, although it says they're both earned. I don't think they're both earned. No, both of them were unearned. So Simber, he still gets the loss, and his ERA is 7.97. He still gets the loss. He's now 0-6 on the year. Like I said, his ERA is 7.97. Pitched an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, no earned runs because of the error by Lindor. That's why both runs were unearned, and then 1 walk, which was intentional, and that was it. So like I said, he did up 2 runs. He still gets a loss, but both runs were unearned because of the Lindor error. And then, like I said, that 1 walk was intentional walk. And like I said, that 1 walk was an intentional walk to Audie Pullman. Twins win the game, though, 4-2 in 10 innings, and they're only 4 games back of the Indians for first place in the American League Central Division with what? Like I said, like I've been saying the entire video, just over a month to play. As the Twins are now, like I said, 4 games back to the Indians for first place in the American League Central Division. And like I said, the Twins are 4 games back of the Indians for first place in the American League Central Division, and like I've been saying the entire video or the entire episode, there's just over a month to go in the season. And the next episode of the series in its game, I'm not sure when the next episode of the series will be in real life, but the next episode in this game will definitely be, like, no matter what, will be the last game of the regular season against, I believe, the New York Yankees at home. And for home games, I play on camera here in the series. Obviously, for home games, I play on camera in the series. Obviously, this is a road game. For all the home games I play on camera for the series, I play all the home games. I play all the Twins home games I play all the Twins home games that I play on camera. I play them at the Herbert H. Humphrey Metrodome, which was the home of the Minnesota Twins from what I believe it was 1982 to 2009. So in this episode of the series, like I said, will be the last game of the regular season. See you on the other side. So like I said before the last clip ended, I play all the Twins home games in the series, I play all the Twins home games that I play for all the Twins home games for the series. All the Twins home games that I play on camera. Yeah, for the series, all the Twins games, or let me rephrase it. For all the Twins home games, obviously this is a road game, but in the series for all the Twins home games I play on camera, I play them at the Herbert H. Humphrey Metrodome. Obviously that was obviously not, well, some people might not know this, but it was the Herbert H. Humphrey Metrodome was a Twins home stadium. It was a dome, obviously in Minneapolis, downtown Minneapolis. It was where US Bank Stadium, home of the Minnesota Vikings and the NFL. Where US Bank Stadium is today, that's where the Herbert H. Humphrey Metrodome was, but they tore it down. I believe it was like 2011 or 2010, and then they started building. I believe it was 2011, or it might have been it was like 2011 or 2012 they tore it down, and then obviously they started building US Bank Stadium. Obviously, US Bank Stadium opened in 2017, I believe. So yeah, where US Bank Stadium is today, that's where the Herbert H. Humphrey Metrodome was, which was home of the Minnesota Twins and the Minnesota Vikings. It was for the Twins. For the Metrodome was home for the Twins. Was a home for the Twins from 1982 to 2009, and for the Vikings, it was. I'm not sure exactly when it was from. I'm not sure when it started. I know the last year for the Vikings in the Metrodome was, I believe, 2010, and during the 2010 season, there was snow. Obviously, it was football season, so it snows in Minneapolis, in Minnesota. There was snow on the roof, and there was so much snow that the roof actually collapsed, and obviously, I believe it collapsed, and the Vikings never played a game there, I believe, again that season or ever again, because I believe then, that was 2010, I believe then I said in 2011 or 2012, they just tore it down. Because obviously the snow coming through the roof made everything come down, like the roof come down, because obviously it wasn't like a hard roof, it wasn't a hard roof, it made obviously a big hole, it made the roof come down and had a big hole in the roof. So that was after the Twins moved out, that was after the Twins moved to Target Field in 2010, but the Vikings were still playing there, never played another game there, I believe, in the 2010 season. I believe they never played another game there, period, because I believe then they played while the US Bank Stadium was being built. They played at the University of Minnesota Stadium, I believe, and obviously then, I believe in 2017, that opened, and obviously US Bank Stadium is home of the Vikings since it opened, I believe, in 2017, and I believe in its first year it might have been 2016 when it opened. It might have been 2016. It was 2016 or 2017, but either way, then in February of 2018, the first Sunday in February of 2018, the Super Bowl was being played there. It was the Patriots and Eagles, and obviously the Eagles beat the Patriots 41-33, I believe. But either way, enough with that. For all the home games in this series, for all the Twins home games I play on camera, I play the game instead of playing the game, or for all the in the series, for all the Twins home games I play on camera, I play them at the Herbert H. Humphrey Metrodome instead of Target Field. So that's just heads up. But you should know that. But if you don't, I'm telling you that now, because the next episode of the series will be the last game of the regular season. Well, the next episode of the series will be the last game of the regular season against, I believe, the New York Yankees. Or the next episode of the series will definitely be the last game of the regular season, and I believe it is against the New York Yankees at home. I know next episode of the series will be the last game of the regular season at home. I know the game's at home, and I know that next episode of the series will be the last game of the regular season. And I believe that game which, like I said, next episode of the series will definitely be the last game of the regular season, and it will definitely be at home. I know for a fact that it was at home. I know for a fact next episode of the series will be the last game of the regular season, and I'm pretty sure it's against the New York Yankees. But either way, next episode of the series will be the last game of the regular season against the New York Yankees, I believe, at home. I know it's at home, and I know the last game of the regular season will be the next episode of the series, and I know the last game of the regular season is at home. So next episode of the series, like I said, will be the last game of the regular season. Or next episode of the series will be the last game of the regular season against, I believe, like I said, the New York Yankees. I believe, or the next episode of the series will be the last game of the regular. The next episode of the series will be the last game of the regular season. Or the next episode of the series will be the last game of the regular season against the New York Yankees, I believe, at home. So sorry about saying that about 10 times, but sometimes I mess my words up and misspeak and have to start over. But one more time, one more time. That's episode of the series. I'm not sure when it's going to be in real life, but in this game it will be the last game. I'm not sure when next episode of the series will be in real life, but in this game it will be the last game of the regular season against the New York Yankees, I believe, at home. I'm like 95% sure it's the Yankees. And I'm 100% sure it's at home, and I'm 95% sure it's the Yankees. But either way, you'll know for a fact if it's the Yankees or not, well, in this episode, which hopefully will be sooner than later, but obviously I'm going to Tennessee on July 3rd, which possibly could be tomorrow because this video might be done up on July 2nd, and then I'm in Tennessee for I think July 3rd or July 12th, and then August 16th or August 24th I'm in Minnesota. And then obviously then, after I get back from Minnesota, I believe it's Wednesday, August 24th, I start school after that in a week and a half. So, but I still have my summer break. It's less than 2 months. Well, it's not less than 2 months now. It's just over 2 months. I still have just over 2 months left of summer, which is good. I start school the day after Labor Day, which is September 6th. So, and right now it's July 1st. I'm filming this video July 1st. So I just have over 2 months left of summer. So, I mean, 2 months is 2 months. Better than public school, because public school starting like mid-August. But my school starts, like I said, the day after Labor Day, which is September 6th. So I still have just over 2 months left of summer break. Yeah, like I said, I just have over 2 months. Like I said, I just have over 2 months left of my summer break. So, I mean, 2 months is 2 months, and like I said, it's just over 2 months. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one, regardless of when it is. It possibly could be when I get back from Tennessee. So it possibly could be then, which would be like a week and a half, 2 weeks from now. But it is what it is, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one, regardless of when the next video on this channel will be. Or if you guys haven't posted on the board, get up to the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And I'm gonna see you. And I'm gonna see you in episode number 29 of this Minnesota Twins, and we'll be the show 20. And I'm gonna see you in episode number 29 of this Minnesota Twins, and we'll be the show 20 custom franchise series. See you in episode number 29. And eat a lot of bacon and go Twins.